Pogba set to stay at United, Rangers suffer in Europe, is Neville set to leave England, plus a transfer roundup and the Friday feels. This is the Onefootball Daily News. I'm Angelina, let's get into it. So, the latest news out of Manchester United is that Paul Pogba is set to stay at the club. Now, this saga has been going on forever. I'm sure everyone's sick of hearing his name at this point. So Manchester United continued their winning streak last night against Lask in the Europa League with an amazing 5-0 victory. Now, has this victory and United's current form changed Pogba's mind maybe, with the likes of Ighalo, Bruno Fernandes arriving at the club? It does seem to be that Manchester United has been rejuvenated, and has this got Pogba thinking twice? Now, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer came out last night saying that Pogba is a Manchester United player, he's still got 2 years on his contract and he will be with his teammates next week. Now, we have heard this a million times. You've got half of the Manchester United fans who love Pogba, they think he's an amazing player and they want to see him put on the United shirt. However, the other half of the fans are feeling pretty slighted by him and his agent and the comments that they've made, and a lot of fans just want to see this saga ended and for Pogba to move on. However, clubs like Juventus and Real Madrid that were once interested in him seem to be looking at other options. So has Pogba maybe missed the boat on a transfer? We'll have to wait and see what happens with the Pogba situation. However, there are reports coming out of Manchester United that if they manage to get a Champions League spot, then Jadon Sancho from Dortmund will be at the club. So could that maybe be swaying Pogba's opinion? We'll have to wait and see. However, I think he needs to just move on, start afresh, and this whole thing needs to just be ended. Last night, Rangers suffered their first home European defeat in 18 games as they lost 3-1 to Bayer Leverkusen in the Europa League. Now, despite moments of greatness from Rangers, with the likes of Edmondson, Goldson and McGregor all up front, having some great chances, it was Leverkusen who took the chances at the right time. Now, some fans, maybe in Scotland, were a little bit surprised that Leverkusen were able to dominate at the Ibrox and have such authority. However, Leverkusen have already managed to claim victories over Bayern Munich, Dortmund and Atletico Madrid. So for some people, it really did not come as a surprise that they had such a great game. Both sides had moments of greatness and also a couple of shaky moments. However, it was the German side that did dominate and they did deserve the win, to be honest. We'll have to see what happens in the next leg, if the next leg takes place with all of the coronavirus issues at the moment. Steven Gerrard has come out and said that he does not want the game to be cancelled. He wants it to go ahead. There were some fans that thought that Gerrard would maybe want to take this time to regroup and have a little bit of a break from European football. However, he has come out and said losing is no excuse. They want the next leg to take place. Will they get a win in Germany? In my opinion, I can't see it happening. I think that their time in the Europa League is going to come to an end. We'll have to wait and see when it's played, but yeah, I cannot see Rangers bouncing back from this one. Meanwhile, over in the women's football, it is looking like the England national team's manager, Phil Neville, is set to leave his position. Now, if you rewind to the World Cup, Neville managed to get the team to the World Cup semi-finals. They had an amazing campaign and also they did win the She Believes Cup. However, fast forward and they did not have a great campaign in this season's She Believes Cup. They actually lost 2 out of their 3 games and came third behind Spain and the United States. It's been a seriously rocky road for Neville recently, as they've actually lost 8 of their last 12 games. However, he does seem to have the FA behind him and the dressing room, which is a massive positive for him. However, he does seem to be thinking that maybe it's time to move on. And with Euro 2021 just around the corner, the clock is ticking for Neville to make sure that he has got a strong, solid squad for this tournament. There's been a lot of pressure on the England women's team before, and I'm sure that he will not want to add to that pressure. Although, as I said, he does have the dressing room backing him, it is looking like he maybe feels like he's taken the team as far as he can and he could be moving on. Personally, I think that Neville should stay, providing that he wants to. I think he's done some great work with the team. However, if he does decide to move on, it will be really interesting to see which direction this England team do go in. Now it's time for today's transfer roundup. Luka Jovic, he was a Bundesliga star with Frankfurt. He moved to Real Madrid. Things have been a little bit rocky for him. It's not gone as planned over in La Liga. However, it looks like Napoli are now frontrunners to sign the star, even though there has been some interest from Premier League clubs. Juventus, meanwhile, have turned their attention to promising 22-year-old defender from Lille, Gabriel. Now, despite the coronavirus pandemic, Barcelona still sent a scout over to Leipzig to watch some of their potential transfer targets. This included Werner, Upamecano and former City player Angelina. Now lastly, Liverpool are set to beat Real Madrid in the signing of Bayer Leverkusen's Kai Havertz. Now the youngster scored a penalty against Rangers last night and he is really impressed for his side this season, and personally I think it would be a great signing for Liverpool. And lastly, it is time for the Friday feels, Dortmund versus Schalke. Now this is a massive game in the Bundesliga, and although Schalke do sit in 6th place, they have had a bit of a run of bad results, including at the end of February that 5-0 thrashing against Leipzig. Now, could this provide them with a little bit of motivation that they need to bounce back and have some great results? Maybe. However, I just see Dortmund winning this one. I'm going to go for a 2-0 home victory for them. Don't forget to let us know in the comments some of your footballing predictions for the weekend ahead and any other comments that you've got on the daily news. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Check out all the other content that we've got here at Onefootball. Have an amazing weekend, guys, and I will see you soon.